Hello guys, we are learning today a calculation involving mass. Our last lesson, which was lesson 7 and lesson 8, we have learned how to calculate the number of moles. There are two steps that you use to calculate the number of moles that you have seen it, if I'm not wrong. So the number of moles can be obtained mass divided by the RFM, which is the formula method. Another method is you can use the first principle method, where the first principle method you use is you said you get the RFM first, then the RFM is always equal to 1 mole, because the unit of the RFM is gram per mole, which means 1 mole is equal to the mass of the RFM. Then what about the mass given? That method can also be obtained with the number of moles, which we have learned in lesson 7 and lesson 8. Today's lesson is lesson 9. So in lesson 9 we are learning today how to calculate the calculation involving mass. So let us see this example. We have example 1, question A and B. Let us answer question A first. Solution. Okay, question A says 0.5. They say calculate the mass of the following: A 0.5 moles of sodium hydroxide, then in the bracket we have sodium 23, hydrogen 1, oxygen 16. I don't want to take much time. These things are very simple. So we start A. We have number of moles of sodium hydroxide. We have number of moles sodium, number of moles of sodium hydroxide. What are the number of moles of sodium hydroxide? We have 0.1, but as 0.5, not 0.1, 0.5 moles. Okay, then we have the RFM. We can get the RFM. RFM of sodium hydroxide is equal to sodium. We have in the bracket 23, and here we have only one sodium, 23, plus we have oxygen, one oxygen here in the bracket, 16, plus hydrogen. We have one hydrogen here, hydrogen is equal to 1, and here we have one hydrogen, plus 1. Then what did you get? 23 plus 16 plus 1. Total will be 40 gram per mole. 40 gram per mole. So that's the gram per mole is the SI unit, or the standard unit of RFM, or molar mass. RFM is also called molar mass. Okay, now we have the RFM, we have the number of moles. So how do you calculate the mass? Mass can be calculated. Mass is equal to number of moles times, it can be calculated number of moles times the RFM that you have calculated right now. So our number of moles is already given in the question as 0.5. Our mass is 40 gram. Then what do we do? Mass therefore is equal to my mole, which is 0.5 mole, times the RFM, which is 40 gram. 40 gram per mole. That bar means you divide it. Alhamdulillah. Gram per mole. Gram per mole. Now you cancel mole and mole. You cancel mole and mole. Mole and mole, they cancel each other. Then you have mass is equal to the reasons why I'm putting this mole down is because the RFM is 40 gram per mole. Per means you put it down, it's division. The word per means division. Okay, 0.5 because I already cancel mole by another mole. 0.5 times 40 gram. It's only 40 gram remaining here because already I cancelled the mole. 40 gram. And when you multiply 0.5 times 40, you will get 20 gram. You will get 20 gram. You will get 20 gram. So that's how you calculate it. Please subscribe and share so that other brothers and sisters, they will get benefit. So please subscribe and share so that other children, they will also get benefit. Thank you. Hello guys, still we are in the same question, and this time we are seeing that we have seen how right now we have gotten the answer as 20, but that we have used formula method. There are other ways that you can use it. You can also use first principle method to this question. So we were having if I'm not wrong, we were having a mass. Let me go back to my former question. We were having a number of moles as 0.5, and also we were also having the RFM 40, if I'm not wrong. So the RFM was 40, the number of moles was 0.5, if I'm not wrong. So, and the answer we got was 20. So let us see how to get another way. This was formula method. Let us see how to get by using first principle method. So which way that you want, it's upon you. I want every question that I'm showing you when I'm dealing in mole, each question that I'm showing you, I need you to answer it either first principle method or formula method. But I always prefer to use first principle method because that's the best method, and you cannot remember it many formulas. That's the best method. Okay, let us see it. Let's get the new page. Okay, we are having 0.5. It was the number of moles. This was the number of moles, 0.5. We were having the RFM, if I'm not wrong, 40 gram per mole. That was the RFM. Then in first principle method, you should not stress yourself. In first principle method, you should not stress yourself. You will say this is 40 gram per mole, meaning that means 1 mole is equal to 40 gram. You say 1 mole is equal to 40 gram of sodium hydroxide. So 40 gram of sodium hydroxide. So what about 0.5 moles? You will write this side, 0.5 moles. How many grams will it be equal to? We don't know. Then we get the mass from there. Then we do cross multiplication. This is what will happen. 0.5 moles times, we multiply 40 gram, then we divide by 1 mole. Then on here, mole and mole, they cancel each other. Then what happens? What remains here? 0.5 times 40 gram. 40 gram divided by 1. This one, Then 0.5 times 40 will be 20 gram over 1. That means 1 cannot change anything. So the answer is 20 gram. You see, you have used the first principle method. This is step 2. This is step 2. And the previous one was step 1. This is step 2. Step 2. And the previous one was step 1. So the answer is 20 gram. This is our answer, 20 gram. So our previous answers, let us see it. Let us see our previous answers. It was also 20 gram. Do you see? So whatever method you use, it's upon you. But I will advise you not to use formula method, because formula method you cannot crime formulas. This formula, number of moles times RFM, it will take you to remember, and you're a human being, you can easily forget it. Use first principle method always. And for you to remember first principle method, this is the most important part. you have to remember, this is the most important part. The most important part that you are supposed to remember is the RFM always is equal to 1 mole. Yes. Okay, thank you.